I'm actually a bit of a scaredy cat, a little bit. Just like real talk, I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, and I haven't told the story like ever. When there are instances where you're like, there must be an explanation for this, right? And that's always me. I'm like, there has to be an explanation for this. But yeah, that was the shit that I can't explain that. I can't explain that. That's not something I can explain. I couldn't sleep properly for like maybe a good part of half a year to a year. Wait, is the curtains moving? No, the curtains are not moving. Are the curtains moving? The curtains are actually moving. Okay, story time. So I'm gonna start with one ghost story that happened when I was a kid in my room. I think I was about 7 or 8 years old. Okay. What happened was I was lying down. I was lying down upstairs, right? I was lying down upstairs. I heard and felt a little bit of like it was something wasn't right in the room. This was a bedroom and I was alone. I swear to God, I was lying down on top of my bed and I could see like just felt something off at the bottom of my bed, right? I felt that there were two hands that just put weight on the middle part of my bed. Imagine I'm here and then I just felt that. Then I felt I felt this on my bed. Like that's the shit I heard. Like claws were just grinding down from the bed. That's what I heard like this. It was like that, like that. That was what I was hearing. I think that's the first that I remembered as a kid. So that's story number one. Story number two was my mom's story. Man, this actually freaked me out when I was like a kid because ever since she told me that story, I was so scared to scare sleep at our room, and we were all sleeping together. There's a story where my mom woke up around late, right? There's like this woods. Like if you go to our place where we lived in Pampanga, there's just like this whole woods of trees, like just trees everywhere. Okay, trees everywhere. And fuck, I can't believe my mom told me this story. I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking, mom? Mom, if you're watching this, what were you thinking? You scared me so much. I couldn't sleep properly for like maybe a good part of half a year to a year. My mom woke up, right? This was in Carmenville 25XY in Pampanga, Carmenville. And there's these woods, right? My mom woke up late, in the middle of the morning, like around 1 or 3 in the morning. She felt something, right? So she stood up. She looked outside. She looked outside. And she saw this lady in white walking at the fucking street right in front of us, right? She walked like that, walking, and my mom was looking like this. And here's the freaky part. You already see like a floating white lady, right? And my mom was like scared, but she was looking, right? And this is the shit that just got me. And my mom told me this. And then the lady stopped and she turned her head and looked at my mom. And that freaked me out, honestly. That's my mom's story. Man, ever since after that, I was so scared to sleep at night. And there was just a comfort with me where I was just like, okay, when it was raining, for some reason, when it's raining, I'm like, we're safe. For some reason, I just think like the ghost doesn't want to get wet. We're okay. We're okay. Because it's raining. The ghost doesn't want to get late. So that was a story of my mom. Why the curtains are moving? The curtains are moving because of the. Wait, is the curtains moving? No, the curtains are not moving. Are the curtains moving? The curtains are actually moving. That's the air condition, guys. I just wanted to pause to freak you guys out. I can see it. It's moving. It's moving, yeah. Last story. This was in Ortigas, in Mega Plaza. That condo. Yeah, that condo was like, it's very dark experiences there. This is the scariest things me and my wife been through. And honestly, it was probably the darkest time of me and my wife's life because we were going through a very hard time in our relationship. Here's my opinion on ghosts, okay? People are energy. We're energy. I'm energy. All of you are energy. We're made up of energy. You know when someone's mad, you feel it. Someone is sad, you feel it. That's the energy they're giving out. Energy doesn't really go away. It stays either in a spot or a place. That's why when you're in a hospital, you notice there's just like heavy energy there, right? You've never walked into a hospital and be like, wow, this place is super light, right? Cityland Mega Plaza is a place where there were numerous suicides. This was the condo I stayed in before, and there are stories about suicides there. I believe there are different types of energies. If you're a good person, you have a light energy. If you have bad energy, you feel that, right? You have heavy energy. You know when someone's like maybe not trustworthy, you feel it, right? If an energy or an entity, someone who's passed, is heavy or is like, let's say malicious or dark, they're drawn to people that have the same energy or who are susceptible to maybe being influenced or pushed towards certain emotional states. That's what I believe based on our experience. So if you're going through a hard time or a dark time, I think there's a susceptibility to those things, especially if you're in a place where that energy is present. Me and my wife are going through a very dark time in a relationship, and I feel that the energies that were there were drawn to it. I think they were drawn to what we were going through. We were going through a dark time. This was about 6-7 years ago, right? I remember having very morbid dreams in that building, like dreams I normally don't get. Like, and I think that's one thing as well. If you get dark dreams that you can't explain, like I don't get those dreams anymore. But when I was living there, I get those dreams. I remember dreaming about decapitation and things I don't want to describe here in chat because I think they're a bit disturbing. But there were images that I don't dream about because I haven't gone through those things or even think about those things in my life or me as a person. But in that place, my wife had the same dreams too. My wife was the one heavily affected by this the most. During the worst parts of it, for me, the worst parts was I was just feeling really heavy in this place, and I was having dreams like that. My wife went through the worst of it. I felt also we fought more in that place because that place was just heavy. And I feel that energies like that kind of just, I don't know, I don't want to say influence because I think we all have control over it. But if you're susceptible to it, the energy of the place will just push you, or the energies within that space will push you towards, let's say before you would get mad, or let's say you get mad easily. Let's say outside of this place, you'd get mad maybe like 3 times out of 10. But in this space, you would get mad 7 times out of 10. So at worst, my wife, yeah, we would fight more in that place. But the scariest part of that was she would squat in one place for like, I think a day or 2. I think she was somewhat in a trance during that time. I think my wife feels more than I do. So when she feels heavy, she'll really think it. But I remember she was in a trance. I think she said she just doesn't remember it much. But yeah, she was like squatting for the longest time. And I remember she told me this story where there was a dream where she was wearing this dark coat, a coat that she usually wears, but not as often. And she had a dream where she committed suicide or something around that. My wife is a light person, you know what I mean? My wife is fine. But during those times, we were going through a lot. When she woke up one day, she opened the closet and that coat fell from the closet for some fucking reason. And there was no explanation of why that coat would fall. She's just fucking scared like all the time. And because we were in a hard place and this place was kind of just like feeding off of it, right? But she was going through a phase during the hardest parts of those times where she was not quite herself. And we talk about this. I was like, this is not my girlfriend. And I've been with this person for more than 5-6 years during this time. I was messaging her when she was in Cebu, and this is at the peak of it, the peak of this time. I had her go to Cebu back to her family, and I was alone in that place. She texted me this around 2 or 3 in the morning, and I don't know why she texted me that. It was obviously not, I don't know, it was not something it was out of context. I was messaging her, are you okay? Stuff like this. We're gonna get through this. What was texted was, she's my friend too. I'll never forget that message. Man, those were some dark times. But yeah, that was the shit that really got me. She's my friend too. This was the time when she wasn't herself. I was like, that's not my girl. The moment she found out, I was just like, you have to get out of there. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get out of this condo right now. Because that's when it sunk in. I was there by myself. And I wasn't myself. Just strange. I remember when I was going through the worst of it, when I was by myself, I was writing shit in the mirrors, man. With lipstick. I wasn't myself. I was kind of there, but not really there. And I remember my wife telling me, you have to get out of there. My girlfriend at the time, because I'm fine now here. You can't sleep there anymore. Get out. You have to move out. And when I realized that shit, I tell you, man, I felt the place fucking hanging on to me. I felt this pull. This energy is like, you're not fucking going anywhere. Like, I felt that. I left though. I was like, but I felt that entire fucking building, or that room at least. Oh my fucking god, I feel that shit. I felt that shit. I felt that entire building, or that at least that room was like, just like trying to just keep me there. Because I felt, oh, we almost got you. I think that's what it felt like. We almost got you. I remember that shit, man. I left, I managed to leave. I'll try to end with a light thing here, okay? What we understood and what countered this is, if you're negative, dark, or think about those things, energies like that are drawn to that. So, you know what was the one thing that removed all this energy? Like that really countered and just dispersed all of these things? Laughter. When we started joking about it and actually genuinely laughing, that was the shit that dispersed that energy and we felt better. What I understand is, I do believe that there are entities like beyond our plane. You know how they're like negative people, birds of the same feather? I believe dark energies are drawn to those things. If you have weak resolve or like easily swayed, I think energies like that are super attracted to those things. So that's my ghost stories. Do you guys enjoy that? That was story time. But yeah, shit, man, there you go. I think we all go through stuff. That's my stories.